Yeah, they finally done it. I think they have finally. I don't want to use the phrase "jump the shark," but they've definitely gone off the deep end. So, welcome to this week's version of Doctor What the Hell Am I Watching? And it is suffice to say that we have had the longest run consecutively of just shit villains. If we go back to the first episode of the season, The Woman That Fell to Earth, we had Tooth Monster Man. Second episode, we had the Killer Rags, which I'm still having a hard time with. Then we had the Time Traveling Racist. Then we had the big ass spiders in the bargain basement Trump. Then we had the cute little naked space gremlin. Demons of the Punjab actually was probably one of the episodes I actually liked this season. Then we had the Kerblam Man and the evil, janitor that wanted to blow everybody up with explosive bubble wrap, which it still wasn't a horrible episode, but it wasn't great. We had the Killer Mud and King James last week, and now this week we've got a absentee father and a space frog. Now, what? I mean, when she was waving the Sonic around at the Troll of the Seven Stomachs in the anti whatever it was, the anti-verse, anti-cave, whatever, it's like, does this thing work as a gun? Can it erase what I've just saw? Because this, oh my damn, this is just getting to a point where it is beyond what the hell am I watching? It's more like, why the hell am I watching? And it's like for every little thing that this series has done that I like, it does like 12 things that I cannot stand. Jodie sucks. Let's just come right. We jumped around the issue that she doesn't do anything that seems like the Doctor, or the constipated facial expressions, or the wannabe kind of amalgamation of David Tennant and Matt Smith. She just sucks. There's just no other way to put it. In this role, she sucks. And Swallows too, but that's another story, never mind anyway. I watch a lot of BritBox. And if anybody doesn't have BritBox, it's awesome. It's a streaming service. You can get classic British television. They do classic Who on there. They've got pretty much everything except for like the missing episodes on there. And I went back and watched season 18, which is Tom Baker's last season. And it hit me, and I had this kind of hit me when me and my girlfriend were watching series 8 and Clara was pretending to be the Doctor in Flatline. Romana, that is how the female version of the Doctor should be played. Romana was confident, Romana was calculating, Romana could mess with bad guys and still kind of have the sense of humor relevant to the situation, especially in episodes like Warrior's Gate and State of Decay, or the Romana 2, the Lalla Ward version. And it's like that's what Jodie's supposed to be. And it ain't even close, man. I mean, at this case, she couldn't hit being a good version of the Time Lord with a bat the size of the TARDIS. She couldn't hit water if she fell out of a boat. She sucks that bad. And the whole little thing at the beginning where she's eating soil, and it's kind of like, oh, is this supposed to be like your version of David Tennant licking everything? And the whole, I have the 7 grandmothers thing, and it's just kind of like, okay, well, we've never heard, we've heard of him mentioning his granddaughter, but never any grandmothers. It's just like, who thought this was good? The mirror universe thing, the Solitech, I believe was what the name of it was, is a universe that's lonely because it can't exist in ours. That's not a horrible concept. And the fact that they were using recently deceased loved ones as a lure, that's not a bad concept. But when you have your denouement, or your one-on-one with the Doctor and the main antagonist, and it's a frog, okay. Now, I did Kermit the Frog. My girlfriend likes frogs, and I showed her a picture of Space Frog today, and she's like, oh, that's dumb, or that's horrible. And it looked like one of them plastic bathroom frogs you can get that make squeaky noises. And it's sci-fi, I get it. And some, especially with the classic Who, some of the effects are not good. I get that, the wobbly sets and everything. I've been a fan for 30 plus years. I get it. But in 2018, there is no excuse for stuff like that. If it had been a CGI frog or something that would have looked at least real, or hell, sit a real frog up there, that would have worked. And then just dubbed Grace's voice over it. That would have worked. I'll get back to Grace and Graham in a minute. But oh my God. It was like you put a toy frog on a stool, and this is supposed to be the chosen form of the Solitech to go one-on-one with the doctor. And it's like, I chose this form. Why couldn't the Solitech why couldn't this BBC have thrown some money at, John Barrowman and got him to come back as Captain Jack? Or Rose, or Donna, or any of the former companions that would have, as viewers, we would have had much more of an impact with about the lure to keep the Doctor in the Solitech universe instead of a fucking frog. And it's not, I don't want to insult Kermit or Michigan J. Frog because, hello, my baby, hello, my honey, hello, my ragtime gal. Frogs can be cool. But this was bad. This is the kind of thing that people that don't watch this show, when they find out you're a fan of the show and then they see clips like this, it's kind of like, yeah, man, it's not always all good. It's like I feel stupid for watching this show. It started, I've said this for 9 weeks now. It started, I was happy with where we started with Woman That Fell to Earth. And then week by week, with the exception of Demons of the Punjab, which I kind of enjoyed, but then again, I was on a lot of drugs. I was in the hospital that night. And then, Kerblam was kind of okay for some of it, but it still doesn't feel like Who. And I've touched on repeatedly like a broken damn record about Jodie. But then you pull this thing off, and we got the finger wagging about the absentee dad. But, I could kind of see the point, and the point was even driven more home with Graham and Grace because the loss is so recent with Graham too, and he's seeing you seeing your deceased wife, and in Eric's case too, it's like you're seeing your deceased wife. You would want to stay, and yeah, I get that it was kind of fucked up what he was doing to his blind daughter, which, okay, yeah, that was kind of bad, and I get that, but it's your soulmate, the person you love more than anything in the world, and you have a chance to be with him again. I get the allure, and it was the stuff with Graham when he first saw Grace and whatever. Bradley Walsh, once again, is the only consistent thing in this series, with the exception of Jodie sucking and the writing being horrible. But it's like I could feel the empathy for the Graham character. That once again, it's like the one thing that rises above all the shit is Bradley Walsh's Graham. But it falls apart. Anytime we start to get some buildup or momentum or something that's like, hey, this might actually not suck total ass, we get Space Frog. And I'm sorry, I need to get a drink. My Doctor Who Turbis. So far, Series 11 has been nothing but message of the week villains and lousy characterization and acting from our main character, the Doctor, Jodie. And as I have mentioned more than one time on this channel, we've had better versions of the Doctor as a female in this show. We had Clara in season 8 when she was flatline, and even the stuff in Death in Heaven. And then, as I brought up, Romana, Missy is the master. Even the part in Time Enough, World Enough in Time, where she's pretending to be the Doctor at the beginning of the episode. That's someone who owns a character, who has presence, who can make it work. Jodie Whittaker is not this person. And to continue the lackluster line of threats or non-threats, because we're at week 9. We got 1 week left. And if Graham dies next week, this is going to just seal it that this is the worst series of this show in history. And that includes season 24. it's just I feel like an idiot for watching this show this season because I feel insulted as a Who fan, and I'm gonna be glad when it's over. Till next time, keep on keeping on. May the force be with Who.